Hi guys, welcome to new episodes of Blissful Day. It's midnight. I'm going to record very quickly the new episode. Before I start, I don't know, maybe a month or 2 months ago, I was recommending you an awesome book, and I actually ordered it. I've been only listening to that book, and I finally ordered it, and it showed up. So here is the book, 10 Secrets for Success and Inner Peace. Short book by Dr. Wayne Dyer, fantastic author, has number of bestsellers. So if you want a easy read and something to kind of next to your bed, fantastic book, highly recommended. And today, the topic of the day is control. I know. I've been thinking about it, how I should really approach it, and I think we should just start off by asking how many of you guys who's watching this right now, and obviously I won't be able to hear the response, so you can be honest with yourself. Do you think that there was a situation where you wanted to be so much in control that it basically took over the situation and just got out of hand? Or ultimately the conversation or the dialogue or the project kind of almost fell apart because you just want to be so much in control you're not able to listen? And do you think you've ever done anything like that? So I think today I personally done it, a bunch. And I thought it would make an interesting topic to start thinking a little bit more about it, and what is the cause, and maybe how I can kind of deal with this. And to begin with, I mean, where does it come from? I understand that a lot of times we think that we've read a book or have an opinion or experience, and we are trying to maybe prove a point, or there's a situation where we've done something, right? You could be an expert at one thing, I don't know, trimming nails, whatever situation might be. And it's, you have a child, and it's up to you or your wife to trim the fingernails. Who do you think would do it? Would you fight your spouse like, no, this is my job, this is what I'm going to do? Or would you allow your partner to go and do this so maybe she can get better at it as well? I think those are the questions that I ask a lot, and it's because of, based on the relationships within the families, and a lot of time at work. I think it's important to realize that we are all individuals with our own opinions, and unless you are a CEO, or but even CEO, CEOs have to answer to somebody else, to shareholders. So there's always somebody being above us, right? And sometimes there are points in our life that we're trying to be so much in control that we're kind of losing track of reality, in a sense, and the idea of just trying to convince somebody that this is the only way, it just becomes bigger than actually than the concept or idea itself. So let's backtrack a little bit. And what is the point? The point is that I think a lot of times we, I think, have to, as we've grown, as we've learned, that we are recognizing that it's like being in control is a fantastic thing, but also we have to allow people to make their own choices. And it's, how does it relate to us in personal relationships? And I think it comes down to allowing other people to make mistakes. We make mistakes all the time, and I think if we start looking at it as making mistakes, and we start looking at it as, no, this is somebody's journey, this is how they're going to learn, this is how they can get better, we're going to start removing that control aspect of it and looking at it as, no, it's like this is what I think, but ultimately the other person has to make their own choice, and they have to learn, even if I know that most likely things may go south, things will fail, will not work out. um, allowing somebody to learn that lesson could be extremely valuable. And many times, I think we have to distinguish one thing. It's like stating somebody, hey, I don't think it's going to work because of this and this and this. However, if you really feel that this is the way you want to go, please do it. But allowing somebody to make their own choice, I think that's going to be the key. And if at the end of the situation you are going to be being right, you're going to gain in this person's eyes for sure, because not only you warned them, you told them, and don't. The only thing is we cannot rub it in their face, and I've done it, and it's like, I told you so, right? So I would highly discourage that kind of behavior as well. It's people will know, uh, people will learn, and you don't have to um, make a point of that somebody made a mistake. It's not how how this works, and obviously you're trying. The whole concept is to build better relationship, not to make it worse. So control. Is it hard to give it up? Absolutely. How do you know that it's most likely this is not going to work, and you allow them to go and do it anyway? I've been struggling with this for a while sometimes, and sometimes I've been right, sometimes I've been wrong, and it's definitely many times it was a lesson for me as well, that it's like I thought it's going to work out and it didn't, and the other person was right. So what do we know, right? And maybe if I've done it, maybe it would have worked out. Who knows? But I think it's just there's this concept of, and especially with go-getters, people that are business owners, we have to just push and try to get things done. And a lot of times we kind of feel that if I'm going to do it, it's going to be done better, faster, etc. Sure, because maybe you've done it so many times. But at the end, as we're trying to grow like a good friendships and family, and have amazing working relationships, we have to start trusting people. We have to be working with other people, and we have to allow them every now and then make a mistake so they can learn, they can get better, and our relationship is going to grow as well. So control, let's try and give it up a little bit, let's loosen up a little bit, and like I said in the previous episodes, it's all about trusting, and it's allowing us to grow together. It's not about me. So with that little note, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a rest amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon.